Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Cannon Clark sponsored Twerton Park for this afternoon's first home fixture of the season as Bath City take on Dover. As commented before, City's start to the season could hardly be tougher. 3 playoff teams from last year, 2 relegated sides from the league above, 1 local derby, and then today Dover, newly promoted from the Isthmian League. Yet City defied most people's predictions last Saturday in coming away from highly fancied Worthing with a point. Much of that was down to the sterling work from new boy Will Jenkins-Davis and a very determined header to score City's equaliser from substitute Mitch Beardmore. Maybe that kind of result has raised people's expectations. Well, Dover, they'll have enjoyed their bus trip here. A journey just short of a 400-mile round trip is just what you want on a busy and hot summer Saturday. The visitors, well, they started their season with a 3-2 loss at home to AFC Tottenham. And although it was a defeat, they did well to pull back 2 goals from a 3-0 half-time deficit. Manager Jake Labelle, a former Dover player, is relying on youth in his team, with 6 players aged 23 or under in his opening lineup. We're relying more on age and experience rather than speed in our lineup, as myself, Andrew Kerslake, will be joined by Chris Chappell for full match commentary this afternoon.
Luke Russ to kick things off. Now away we go. Referee Sam Reed, who's here for the friendly as Bristol Ravens exactly a month ago. Holds the ball up on halfway. And Tilson helps the ball across to Clark. Nice curve on it. Clark's got a bit of room here to run at Charles Cook. Goes on the outside. Left foot across. Hits Charles Cook. And the referee just waves his hands saying that wasn't really a deliberate handball. Might have struck the arm.
I think the question would be whether his arm was raised. Could have been just a little bit. I mean, a long way away from us, but it looked slightly like that. And it's gone behind for a corner.
He's going to keep this right-footed. It's a deep one. Rains stretches, can't keep it in play as it swings out on the far side. He's diving up to the top tier of non-league football. Cushioned down nicely by Tomlinson here, though. Now Rains spots the run of Jenkins-Davis, tries to cross it in first time. Good block, gets it back again. And takes out a ball towards the far post. Romans still have it on the left. Clark.
Good pass there with Greenslade bearing down on it. Clark now on the ball.
Cross comes in and Rains gets up to it. It's gone up into the air. Dover struggling to deal with the pressure at the moment. They find an out ball in Suarez Jr. It's cleared away for a Dover throw.
Maidstone 1, Torquay 0 at the moment. 2 sides you feel will be somewhere towards the top of the table.
Suarez Jr.'s cross across the area, knocked away for a throw on the far side. Now Tomlinson along the ground to Rains on the right. And it's sold short, and forward comes Matthews. Towards the edge of the D, looks for a shot, and then opts to pass it towards Montpellier, but he didn't want to find it in City. Win back the ball.
That was such a good chance for Dover. I mean, Tomlinson played that pass far too short, and Dover stepped in. Should have shot, I think.
Yeah, I think Matthews got a good territory. And now Ewan Clark's been fouled inside the Dover half.
Fairly central, but 35 yards out.
Yes, just chips the ball, a bit of backspin. Back across goal towards Wilson, and he heads it goalways, but it's always going wide of the near post. Perhaps the most dangerous moment on goal at either end. I was reading an article actually about Christian Vieri, the Italy striker. I think he had 8 clubs in 8 years, every season, changing locations, and all big clubs as well. As Rains fancies a shot at the near post, and it's just tipped around. I think it was going to strike the post, but Walker got down low and just flicked it away. It's going to be a corner, but Rains going closest in the 18th minute. Taken quickly by Parcell, looking for the run of Jenkins-Davis, who's always on the move. Sees Say under pressure, and Jenkins-Davis has got it. Digs out a cross into the middle. Wilson rather awkwardly tried to turn it goalwards. It just sort of bounced in front of him. Rains back into the box. Mensah's there, it's dropped for Wilson. Back to goal. And it's come through and hit by Ross on the turn. It's just wide of the right post with Walker at full stretch.
Wilson did well there in the area, off balance a little bit, but jumping for that ball on 2 occasions. But that rush shot pretty much following the Joe Rains trajectory, just going wide of the keeper's post.
Same when Tilson tried to find Wilson. It's broken for Jenkins-Davis on the right. Little cheeky ball in the middle, and the keeper got a hand on it, Walker. And fortunately, the deflection was kind, and Dover clear for a corner.
Yeah, Clark coming in on that ball at real pace. The keeper just got there slightly before. I thought they had gone for a corner. It hasn't. It's gone for a goal kick.
In the air, here comes the corner from the left. And it's deflected. Nikaj tries to fire it across the box. It deflects again. Headed back towards goal on the way by Jenkins-Davis, but a real scramble there. On the way up towards Mampolo, but here's Matthews. Oh, and Russ gets bumped over by Suarez Jr. It was a late challenge, and Russ has really felt that. Big Portuguese striker throwing his weight around a bit too much just before half-time. He gets the first card of the game. Cisse on the ball. It's gone through the legs of Tilson, but coming behind to clear up his baton, and now defensive lapse at the other end allows Wilson to get free. He's got Clark inside him. Wilson goes across goal, and it's just wide of the far post. Well, that was another close shave for Dover. A real howler as the ball went under the defender's foot. Baton actually got the ball forward for that chance. Now Tilson's got it forward as Wilson puts pressure on Mensah. Looked behind him nervously as the ball is knocked into the net by Ewan Clark. Well after the whistle. Certainly Jalen Jones, 6'7". I have that sun in his face. Ball forward to Mampolo, edge of the Bath City box. It's laid off. And shot well over the bar from Luka Kokoraki. Only scored once last year. Matthew Matthews. The low socks and the minute shin pads. Cisse's cross from the left, headed up into the air by Russ. And the referee's had enough. That's the end of the first half. And it's the first half that the Romans have been on top of and forced the best chances. Reigns now does get the ball. Dropped back on the right. Tilson. Jenkins-Davis turns and he's bumped immediately by Kokoraki. Trying to keep a defensive line on the penalty spot. Ross delivers, and it's come awkwardly off the shins, then headed back goalwards by Clark. Parcell. Clearance rather than a pass as it went straight to a blue shirt. And now Mampolo with a bit of room on the left wing. Cuts inside. Cross looks for Suarez Jr. and he's headed inside the far post. And Dover Athletic, with their first meaningful effort on goal, have beaten Harvey Wiles-Richards at the start of the second period. And the promoted side score the first goal here at Twerton. And it's the Portuguese frontman, Ruben Suarez Jr. with a header.
Yeah, it was well worked by Dover. Mampolo picking up that ball on their left-hand side. He cut in, he managed to get that extra yard of space, put in a good cross, and Suarez Jr., really nice deflected header from him beyond Wiles-Richards and into the far corner of the goal. It was Dover's first attempt on target in this game, and well, they'll say it doesn't matter. The score was 0-0 up until then, and we now go into the lead.
Greenstone pushes up the wing. It's into the feet of Ewan Clark. Float it to Tilson. Finds Jenkins-Davis under pressure in the middle. Back to Clark. Right foot shot is a low bobbler, and it's gathered quite easily by Mitch Walker.
Plenty of time for Bath City to come back. They really only need to carry on doing on the field of play, the outfield, what they were doing last. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a yellow card to Jack Patton. No.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, Batten. Getting ever nearer now. A long ball in the opposite direction is gathered by Wiles-Richards. Overhead throw in action. Quickly gets it and down the right wing. Now it's Jenkins-Davis, cross blocked, but he's got around the defender and tries to go for goal himself at the near post. And it's a good save out for a corner.
Yep, did well there. Keeper positioned himself at the near post, just managed to block that shot off, but it is for City their second shot on target as they come up to take the second corner.
This will be another in-swinger. Danny Greenslade with the left foot, and it's met at the far post And Parcell with the overhead, cleared off the line. And then Cisse gets there ahead of Ian Clark. And then stops the corner. Good defensive work from him, but it was, I think it was Tomlinson at the near post, and it went up into the air. Kieran Parcell at the far, and then it ended up with him facing away from goal, so he tried the overhead kick. And it was cleared off the line as Dover survive again.
Well, City with a throw in. Rains will throw this long.
Into the middle. Battens underneath it, but it's headed out to the edge of the box. Clark tries to bring it down. Threads it through. Rains, low ball back. And it's stopped on the line as Russ shouts for a handball on the goal line. Cut back nearly to Luke Ross around about the penalty spot. He fired it goalwards. And the defender on the line blocked it. I'm not sure what with. Yeah, injury.
Well, they're doing everything but score at the moment.
Yeah, they couldn't come much closer. Greenslade's free kick whipped in with the left foot, and it's met by Batten. It's a drifting header. And gathered near his crossbar by Mitch Walker. Again, no one close enough to put much pressure on him. He's booted it long, and it's over the head of Russ. It's through to Mampolo. Just has to lift it over the goalkeeper. And he does just that to make it 2-0 to Dover Athletic here at Twerton. The away supporters run across to celebrate with the Dover number 24. And he's doubled the lead here, just again as the Romans have looked to score at the other end. A long kick in behind the Romans' back line, and Mampolo composed himself, watched where Wiles Richards was, and just lofted it over.
It was the simplest of goals, wasn't it? Long ball, played downfield. OK, Mampolo did really well. He waited and waited until he was sure that Wiles Richards had come off his line, and then just lobbed him into the back of the goal. It always looks terribly simple. It never is that easy, but City really having a sucker punch, and they're about to respond by bringing on 3 substitutes.
Yeah, as we were saying, Ash and Fisher coming on, along with last week's goal-scoring hero, Mitch Beardmore. Batten off, so there's going to be a change of shape.
Ewan Clark as well going off. Everybody bar Greenslade.
Curl towards the far post. Good header away by the towering Jones. Jenkins-Davis makes room on the right-hand side. Gets the cross in. There's a brave header, and it's hit the other side of the bar from Ash. And Dover clear it away. Again, the ball just won't go in for the Romans. Beardmore. His cross is blocked. And City have a throw in, high up on the left-hand side. Greenslade steps up to the line, launches in towards the near post. It's almost dropped for Fisher, heads it to Ash, and the shot is just over. They're claiming a tip over by the keeper. But goal kick given. Well, Ash cut with efforts already. That one a bit too high. And Alex Fisher making his presence felt in the box as well as the signal. Chips the ball into the middle. Up go Tomlinson and Parcell together. And Luca Cogracchio gets it into the middle. It's dropped kindly for Nikaj, tries to turn it goalwards. It's a good block. Russ was in there. Fisher, part-time defender, part-time midfielder. Big lad in the middle. And now Beardmore's got it. Shifts it to his right. Rains back onto his left foot, goes for goal, and it's hit the post. The keeper was flying down to his left. Rains on his weaker side. Great turn again from Rains. Back into the middle. City still unable to get past this goalkeeper, past the goal frame as well. Good play from Ash. It's going to be a corner kick. Well, Rains making that chance all by himself, chopping in onto his left foot and letting fire with a shot. Low down towards the bottom right corner. Somehow it stayed out. Greenslade's corner. Parcell's shirt being pulled. Referee had a good view of that. And then Ash, he gets shoved over as well. Shake of the head from Sam Reed. Goal kick given. Well, Parcell's shirt was almost torn in two there. Throws it into Fisher, goes over his head, laid off, and now Russ, shot blocked by 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦. It's cannoned up towards Nicage, but Greenslade does well. A lot of venom in that effort. And played square to Russ. He's back with 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗏. Shifts onto his left foot outside the D. Back to Russ, left-footed cross, hits the body of Matthews. Desperate shouts for handball. He's a defensive player. Jenkins-Davis, bit of room on the right. Hits Cisse as Ash tried to get there, and he's got it now. Flicks it, and goes into the area. Ash goes for goal at the near post, and it's a nice easy height for Mitch Ward, the goalkeeper. An effort on target, but not particularly dangerous one. Almost 34 minutes of this second half played. City 0, Dover 2. Ash flicks it, Fisher controls it. Sees Jenkins-Davis to his right. Back into Fisher, first time effort, and it's into the corner. Bath City are back in this game. Alex Fisher with his first of the season. Nice ball in from the right, and he tucked it home. Pass Walker, and with a few, well, just over 10 minutes to go, they've got a sniff of getting something out of this game.
Yeah, it was a 1-2 really between Fisher and Jenkins-Davis. Fisher won the ball, flicked it out to his right-hand side to Jenkins-Davis. He returned the compliment, and Fisher just eyed it up for a minute before putting it wide of the keeper. So City now, they have, well, 11 minutes plus whatever time is added on to try and get something out of this game.
So Sharif comes on as the central striker. Suarez Jr. on the left, and Ash links up with Jenkins-Davis, and there's a desperate challenge that comes in, and then Walker slides the ball away. Recovering there to deny City again. Here comes Greenslade, away from the wall. It's in towards the near post to come off Jones's head, and there's a shout for a tug on the back of the shirt. He made his loan move permanent over the summer. Back to 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗏 now on the left wing. Deep cross, it's over Fisher's head, but Rains is coming up on the right-hand side. Nobody with him, it's going to be a one-on-one with Suarez Jr. He's not going to be expected to do much defending, I would have thought. Russ crosses in towards Fisher, gets it goalwards, but without much danger really for keeper Walker. Here comes Rains again, in towards Fisher. Header by Matthews from behind, put it out for a goal kick. Well, it's given as a goal kick, but it should have been a corner.
That is such a mistake. Even from here, you could see it was the defender.
We're the only side with 6 in the live table at half-time as Parcell is urged to get rid of the ball. It's forward towards Ash, turns it back onto his left foot, goes for goal. It's a bubbly one straight down the middle. Walker behind it all the way. Just one ahead it might just be one of those on the eyebrow. So if he has to sit out the rest of the game, City do have Jack Matthews, the youngster, on the bench. Throw-in comes in, it's falling for 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗏, goes back out to Rains on the right. Chops it back, 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏 onto his left foot, right corner of the area. He's hit the midriff of 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏. Rains' throw from a deep position on the right. Fisher's shirt being held. Mensah's header only to the edge of the box. Russ flicks it in towards a couple of shirts in the box, and then it's Ash who tries to left it over the goalkeeper. Corner given. Parcell went down in the first incident there, and then Ash tried to lob the goalkeeper from a very short distance. Knocked out for the corner.
into the 9th minute of time added on as this corner comes in.
Again, it looked... It was Matthews, the substitute that time. A shove, referee again doesn't flinch, and then blazed over the top by Reigns. And the referee blows for full time, that's it. With 99 minutes played, City had all the chances they could have wanted. Hit the woodwork a couple of times, but were ultimately unable to rescue the point from a 2-goal deficit in that second half after Suarez Jr.'s header and Mampolo's expertly judged lob over the goalkeeper made it 2-0 to Dover Athletic. Brad Ash hit the bar straight afterwards. Joe Raines hit to post. Alex Fisher did score 10 minutes from time. Nice finish from close range to turn home Will Jenkins-Davis's return ball. But the Romans were frustrated by the new promoted Dover side and were unable to get anything here in the first home game of the season. And again, at National League South level, the search for victory against Dover goes on.
It's one of those games, isn't it, that you'll look back on and think, oh, they lost 2-0 at home in that one. But that doesn't tell the story of this afternoon, does it? They had a plethora of chances going wide of the post. They hit the crossbar, they hit the upright. Corners, I made it something like 13 corners in this game. It was so one-sided. Dover, with those 2 opportunities, 2 goals. And City, well, you have to say that the story of this game is not that they did that much wrong, but they've just got to be a lot more clinical in the box. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. Sorry that we couldn't deliver the kind of scoreline that we had hoped City would get, going down 2-0 at home here against Dover. 2-1, sorry, I forgot that last goal. 2-1. Well done, Alex Fisher. I do apologise. So, we will be at Tuesday night down at Salisbury. If you can get there, City need all the support they can, not far to travel. That's all from us, Chris Chappell and myself, Andrew Kerslake, this afternoon. Have a good weekend.